My dear students of MBA semester 2, in such an unexpected situation of global crisis as caused by COVID-19, where we all are struggling for life and the whole world is trying its best to get the immediate recovery from such a life-attacking disease, coronavirus, first of all, I wish you and your family for good health and pray to God for your safety and security at your home. I further pray to the Almighty to save this world from such a pandemic situation. In such a pandemic situation where we all are under the lockdown stage and the all educational institutions are closed, I appreciate the Patna University and all the academic bodies for taking initiative in the interest of the students by encouraging us to provide online teaching to our students by developing e-contents in the different forms in order to compensate the loss of classroom teaching to some extent. In this context, I am going to discuss the paper Financial Management which has been assigned to me. You know very well that 3 units have been assigned to me in this paper. One is cost of capital and capital budgeting, that is investment decision. The second is the dividend decision, and third is the management of working capital, which is known as liquidity decision. But just before discussing these 3 units in detail, I would like to give you the basic and the fundamental concept of the financial management first, so that you can understand each and every area of the financial management very easily. My dear students, you know very well, or even I have discussed in your class, that financial management is basically the management of the business finance. It is also known as corporate finance. So, in order to understand the concept of the financial management, you need to have a very clear concept about the management first, and thereafter you need to have a very clear-cut concept about the business and the finance. First of all, I would like to give you the concept of the management. You can ask me the question, sir, what is management? Actually, this word management has been discussed in the different ways by the different scholars in the different books of management. But on the basis of all the observations which has been made by these scholars in the different books, in the different ways, I come to the conclusion that management is nothing but it is basically concerned with the optimum utilization of the resources. It means that the management is basically concerned with that system, with that methodology, with that technique, with that process which ensures the effective and efficient utilization of the available resources anywhere. If you talk about the business management, you can easily say that management is basically concerned with the effective and efficient utilization of the available resources in a particular organization. Now you can ask me the question, sir, what are these resources which are required to be utilized in the most effective and efficient manner or at the optimum level? In order to give the reply of this question, I would like to tell you that, my dear students, you know very well, or even I have discussed in your class, that there are 4 types of resources which are generally available in each and every organization. The name of these resources are: one is the human resources, the second is the material resources, the third is the physical resources, and fourth is the financial resources. These 4 resources are required to be available in all the organization for initiating any economic and business activity anywhere. You cannot initiate any economic and business activity in the absence of any of these 4 resources. You cannot give me any example from any corner of this world where the business and economic activity is generally initiated in the absence of any of these four resources. It means that these four resources are prerequisite for promoting any business and economic activity anywhere. Now, if you want to know the example, you must know, and even I can tell you that human resources. We all are the example of the human resources. And so far, the building, the furniture, the infrastructure where you are sitting here, they all are the example of the physical resources. If you want to know the example of the material resources, my dear students, you must know that the books, the pen, the copy which you have, these all are the example of the material resources. And third is the financial resources. The money which you have invested in your activity is known as the financial resources. So these four types of resources are required to be available in each and every economic and business activity which you want to promote anywhere. Without these resources, no economic and business activity can be promoted anywhere. Now just you see that these resources are required to be utilized at the optimum level, are required to be utilized in the most effective and the efficient manner, which is known as management in the true sense. Now you can ask me the question, sir, how will you justify, how will you say, how will you certify that the resources which are available in our organization or the resources which were available in our organization are going to be utilized or have been utilized in the most effective and efficient manner or at the optimum level? In order to give the reply of these questions, I would like to tell you that whenever you go to promote any economic and business activity anywhere, you try to identify the person, the parties who are directly or indirectly attached with your activity. As we are talking or as we are basically concerned with the business, so if you go to identify the persons and the parties who are directly or indirectly attached with the business activity, you come to the conclusion that there are 6 important parties who are directly or indirectly involved in the business activity and they have their own interest in these business activity. For example, owner of the business. The second is the investors who have given you the money, who have supplied you the capital. The third is the employees. The fourth is the customers. The fifth is the government. And sixth and the last one is the society. So these are the persons and the parties who are directly or indirectly attached with your business activity. If you go to identify their interest, you find that owners are always interested in getting more and more profit. That is the interest of the owner. If you go to identify the interest of the investors, you find that investors are always interested in getting their return in the form of interest and dividend, and they are equally interested in getting the repayment of their capital on the date of maturity. They are very much interested for the safety and the security of their fund which they have invested in the business. So far the interest of the customers are concerned, you know very well that as a customers, what are our interest? As a customer, we are basically interested in getting the better product comparatively at the low price. This is the interest of the customer. Next, the employees. If you want to know what is the interest of the employees are always interested in getting the salary and wages, in getting their compensation in the form of salary and wages and promotional incentive from the business firm. They are always interested in getting the due advantage on the regular basis or at the right time. This is the interest of the employees of any organization. Similarly, the government is always interested in getting the tax revenue from the business firm. And if you want to know the interest of the society, my dear students, you must understand that society is basically interested in protecting the interest of the common public, in protecting the interest of the common message. For example, we know that business has also some responsibility towards the society. We always say that social responsibility of business, and today we are talking about the corporate social responsibility. What is this? Actually, each and every business enterprise has some responsibility to protect the common and the public interest, or to protect the interest of the general message, by promoting health institutions, by promoting educational institutions, by constructing roads, by maintaining parks, by maintaining the environment. With this initiative of the business firm, the interest of the message, interest of the public is going to be protected, and that is the interest of the society from the angle of the management. So my dear students, I am telling you, these are the different interests of the different parties who are directly or indirectly attached with your business activity. If you want to protect their interest at the optimum level, at their desired level, it is really the management in the true sense. It means that the protection of the interest of all the parties at the optimum level, which is always more than the minimum level and less than the maximum level, will ensure the existence of the management in the true sense. So management is basically concerned with the utilization of the available resources in such a manner where all the parties are going to be satisfied at the optimum level, not at the minimum level, not at the maximum level. Because sometimes it happens in the organization that the concern has earned a huge amount of the profit by exploiting the customers, by cheating the government, by cheating the employees, and by adopting some malpractices. And this approach will never ensure the stability and sustainability of any business firm, because with this approach you cannot sustain in your market for the longer period, because this is the fact that you can cheat one person once, twice, thrice. You cannot cheat all the person all the time. So my dear students, the management is always expected to protect the interest of each and every one. As a manager or as a management, we are supposed to protect the interest of each and every one who are directly or indirectly attached with the business concern. We don't prefer to protect the individual interest of anyone, because management does not believe in protecting the individual interest of anyone, but it goes to protect the interest of everyone. This is why as a manager or as a management, we are expected to protect the interest of the owner, investor, employees, customers, society, and government. When you are in a position to protect the interest of each and every one, when you are going to provide the optimum satisfaction to each and every party, it is really the management in the true sense. This is why I am telling you that management is basically concerned the optimum utilization of the available resources of any business firm, of any business concern. And optimum utilization means when the system is as such, when the process is as such, when the methodology of the concern is as such, where the available resources are going to be utilized in such a manner where each and every party is going to be satisfied at the optimum level, at their desired level, it is the sense of management. It is the sense of the management in actual sense, or you can say that it is really the management in the true sense. Now, I am going to discuss the second important term, which is known as business. My dear students, from the angle of the financial management, you know very well that by business we mean company only. Just before discussing the concept of the company from the angle of the business, I am telling you that generally business activity is initiated either by the government or by the public or the private sector or by the both. So from the angle of the financial management, we are not concerned with the government sector. We are not concerned with the public sector, or we are not concerned at all with the business activity which is generally promoted by the government organization, by the public sector organization, because financial management of the public sector organization is going to be done in the different way. We are very much concerned with the financial management of the private sector organization, or even in the area of the private sector, you know very well that economic and business activity is generally initiated in three important forms. One is sole proprietorship, second is partnership form, and third is the company. Now, from that point of view, I am telling you that there are the two important forms of the business organization. One is known as the corporate form of the business organization, and second is a non-corporate form of the business organization. Under the non-corporate form of the business organization, you include sole proprietorship and partnership form, but under the corporate form of the organization, we include company. So whenever you talk about the financial management, whenever you talk about the business in the area of the financial management, by business we mean only the corporate form of the organization, that is company. It means that we are not concerned at all with the non-corporate form of the organization in the area of the financial management. It doesn't mean that the financial management is not required for the corporate form of the organization. This is not my sense. This is not my observation. Actually, financial management is equally important in the case of the non-corporate form of the organization. But at this stage, the financial management has been exclusively designed for analyzing and examining the financial activities of the company mainly. Why? Because you know very well, you all are the students of commerce and management, you know very well that in the case of the non-corporate form of the business organization, you find that there is no gap between the ownership and the management. And the level of the operation in the case of the non-corporate form of the organization is also very low. So far, the capital investment is concerned, the amount of the capital is also very low in the case of the non-corporate form of the organization. The liability of the owner or the member of the non-corporate form of the organization, that is sole proprietor partnership, is also unlimited. Because of these feelings and because of these provisions, the financial management does not mean for the non-corporate form of the organization. Why? Because there is a very less chance of the misutilization of the fund in the case of the non-corporate form of the organization, because all the owners and the members of the non-corporate form of the organization are directly involved in the management or in carrying out each and every activity of the business enterprise, which will never happen in the case of the company. Because you know very well that in the case of the company, there is a big gap between the ownership and the management. And there is a chance of the misutilization of the fund in the case of the company. And this is why that financial management has been exclusively designed for the company. It means that from the angle of the financial management or from the angle of the management of the business finance, we are very much concerned with the company. We go to study the financial activities of the company. We are not going to study the financial activities of the non-corporate form of the organization. So my dear students, you must understand very clearly that by business in the area of finance, we are very much exclusive. We are very much clear that we denote company mainly. So this is the concept of the business in the area of the financial management. The third important aspect is finance. Finance means financial resources, money, which you need to initiate any economic and business activity anywhere. You know very well that we cannot initiate any economic and business activity without money, without capital. Financial involvement is going to be seen in each and every economic and business activity in each and every organization, because you know very well that finance is considered to be the lifeblood of any business. You cannot move even an inch without money. Even in your program in which you have taken your admission, in which you have invested some money with a certain intention, with a certain purpose in your mind. Anyway, so what I am telling you, that finance is going to be involved in each and every activity which you have promoted and which you are going to promote for the purpose of generating some income and generating some economic and financial resources anywhere. Now the question is that what are those financial activities which you want to manage? Actually, my dear students, I am telling you that financial activities is basically concerned from the stage of the procurement to the stage of its utilization. It means that you try to identify those financial activities which are generally discharged in the particular corporate concern, in the particular business firm. It is basically concerned from the stage of the procurement to the stage of the utilization of the financial resources. So, financial activities are basically concerned with the procurement, with the retention and the use of the financial resources in a particular corporate concern. So this is the meaning of the finance. Financial activities are going to be divided into the different categories which we shall discuss in detail. But now just you see that financial resources are always available in the form of money, in the form of the capital, which you need to identify from the angle of the financial management. Now, after giving you the concept about the management, about the business and about the finance, I am coming to the conclusion that what is the financial management in the true sense. So, after taking into consideration these three important words which we have discussed just now, you try to know that financial management is basically concerned with that area of the management which goes to ensure the effective and efficient utilization of the financial resources in a particular corporate concern. So actually financial management is that important area of the functional management which goes to ensure the optimum utilization of the available financial resources in a particular or corporate concern by discharging the financial activities in order to provide the maximum satisfaction, greater satisfaction to all the parties who are directly or indirectly attached with the concern. So from that point of view, I am telling you, if you go to define the financial management is nothing. It is the application of the management functions in the area of finance. It is the application of the management functions means planning, organizing, directing and control in the area of the finance. So financial management is that important area of the management, is that important area of the functional management which goes to ensure the effective and efficient utilization of the available financial resources by giving or by protecting the interest of each and every party of the business firm by giving their due advantage, by giving their proper benefit to them during the particular period of time. So in the last, we are going to conclude the concept of the financial management by telling you that financial management is basically concerned with those area of the management which ensures the effective utilization of the financial resources, which ensures the optimum utilization of the financial resources, and this optimum utilization of the financial resources is going to be justified and certified when you are in a position to protect the interest of all the parties like owners, investors, government, society, employees and customers at their desired level. So financial management is nothing but financial management is basically concerned with the protection of the interest of all the parties by discharging the different financial activities during the particular period of time. So my dear students, in this lecture I have discussed the basic and the fundamental concept of the financial management, and I am very much sure that with this deliberation you are going to be benefited more with the concept of the financial management. In our next lecture, I will go to discuss the different financial activities, because you can ask me the question that how the optimum utilization or how the utilization of the available financial resources is going to be possible at the optimum level in the most effective and efficient manner, for which you go to discharge the different types of financial activities. Different types of financial activities are generally initiated by the financial manager in any corporate concern. What are those financial activities, and what those financial activities are generally initiated and discharged by the financial manager in any corporate concern, that I will discuss in your next lecture. Thank you. Thank you very much.